Hey Angels, before we pop into this video, we just want to let you guys know that the subject matter is not great. The topic is fucked up at best, and some of the images that we're going to share are unpleasant. So if you're sensitive to that sort of thing, and who isn't, you might just want to skip this one.
Good morning, angels.
Good morning, Charlie. Hell.
We in a hurry.
Okay.
Period.
Good morning, Angels. I'm Nicky Elliott Nelson.
And I'm Mocha Pennington.
And this little dumpster fire that you're about to watch is a little something that we like to call Tea Time.
A channel where we like to discuss YouTube drama in all its essence.
In all of its dirty little essence. We want to give you guys light and love on this beautiful Friday night. Hope everybody is having a real good feel-good time, because this story is not. So this actually involves some folks that we would regularly not associate with this kind of behavior at all. If you guys haven't heard the news, not sure if you guys are aware of an influencer by the name of Demi. Really, really pretty girl. She has been on, Mocha, help me out. She's an influencer.
X on the Beach.
X on the Beach.
She was on another show. I forget the name of it.
Yes, she's done some work. You know, the Instagram following is what you would want it to be.
Yeah.
Like, just super pretty girl. Well, she has come forth with some, I think shocking would be the right word.
Yeah.
Some shocking allegations. I also hate to say the word allegation, because it almost seems as if you don't believe it.
Yeah.
Like when you say allegedly. But just remember that we have to say that for legal purposes.
Yeah.
But also because nothing in this story has quite been proven yet. So we don't know one way or the other. And this, Mocha, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of hard to commit to anything just because you don't know. Like,
yeah. And people online haven't been very helpful, honey. You know, because it's the internet, so people have opinions about everything. Even like people are behind a faceless account, so they say absolutely horrible things, and by like the both people involved, both parties involved. Yeah.
One thing that I'm slowly learning is the internet is the best place ever and the worst place ever at the same fucking time. Yeah. So I'm like, this isn't hell. Maybe it is. So Demi has come forth with some accusations that Denzel, everyone knows Denzel, right? From he and Ricky, they are kind of like everyone's favorite best friend group. They are like,
they are funny.
They're funny,
hilarious.
They have great personalities. Everyone loves them. Demi has come forth with some accusations that she was actually attacked at a party, I believe yesterday or the day before, by Denzel.
Yeah.
I have to say, my first reaction, shocked. I was a little bit shocked.
Yeah.
It is not at all lost on me that a person could be of one way in front of one group of people and another way behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think we see it all the time. And so I can't even commit, right? Because Denzel is the real good, feel good, everybody's favorite, you know, this, that, or the other. Just like a real likable, feel good, deal good time.
Yeah.
Demi is alleging that at a party, she was actually sort of very brutally attacked.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. She has picture evidence, not of the incident, but of the
aftermath.
Of the aftermath. And so the story goes as follows. She, I guess, was at a party in the hills. And I guess she had a crush on one Mad Max. Do we know Max's real name? So on Instagram, he goes by Mad Max. I guess Mad Max claims to be, or the tea on the street is he's best friends with Denzel, which was news to me because I thought Ricky and Denzel was best friends. But like we said, personas.
Honey, it's YouTube.
It's YouTube. We never know.
It's Hollywood.
It's the new Hollywood, right? So I guess there is a friendship, a bromance perhaps. I'm not sure what is going on there. But I guess Demi had admittedly, a crush on this Mad Max character.
Yeah, she was flirting with him.
She was flirting with him during the party, trying to get close to him, so on and so forth.
And she noticed that Denzel he didn't like it.
Right.
He didn't like it at all.
He was not a fan of it. So much so that at some point in the party, it is alleged by Demi that Denzel actually attacked her.
Yeah.
There was one point I remember in watching her story where she, you know, said that he had dragged her up the stairs. The attack and the bruises seemed very brutal.
Yeah.
She also alleged that he said that this is going to happen every time I see you. A sort of a level of violence that is inexcusable. However, if there is one beacon of light in this entire story, if it went down the way that it was said to have gone down, there were plenty of witnesses. And so we'll circle back to that. In the aftermath, Demi sort of put the message out that she had been attacked by someone at a party. She
Max's best friend.
Max's best friend. She didn't mention any names.
Not yet.
Not yet. However, in the hours that seemed to have followed, she did actually identify Denzel as the person who had attacked her.
Yeah. And then the following, this is never people started people are questioning her. Yeah. They don't know if she's, like, girl, are you telling the truth?
Right.
Because she said that she didn't know him, and then she said, actually, I do. Like, we met a few times. Yeah. I think she said once or twice, and he was horrible. And people was like, well, you're lying, because at first you said that you didn't know who he was. But now you're saying that you did. I feel like she could have been like, she knew who he was, obviously. Right. But she was like, I don't want to say who he is right now. Right. Because he's like a big influencer. Right. Like, people know who he is. And if you come for someone who's got
a following,
and they're put on a pedestal by their following, like, you get attacked. Yeah. Like, there's no getting her, you get attacked. So maybe that's what she was doing at first. I don't know her. I'm just going by
Right. There was also some policing of how she initially put the message out there, you know, sort of like, he's big and he's black and he's this, that, and the other. And so there was some questioning of the legitimacy there, if this was like race related. She later followed up and said, I mean, I mentioned he's big and he's black because he's big and he's black. And so those are identifying features. Yeah. So that's what I led with, which I feel is, I mean, understandable. Have you ever tried to not point out, like, certain identifying? It's so much harder.
Wendy always says, this is a 30-minute, or this is an hour show. He's tall, he's black.
Right.
She's white and blonde.
Exactly. That's what it's going to have to be. So I feel like there's no real smoking gun on her motivations there. Like, it kind of is what it is. I am disappointed if these things are true. Because
I mean, disgusted and horrified.
If these things are true, then I am left to believe that Denzel did these things and he was motivated by jealousy. I'm still questioning what that is, because this is, you know, your best friend. Y'all, I'm going to be honest. If someone was crushing on Mocha and Mocha hated it, I'm not going to fight him. I am instead, every time we are out in public, I'm be like, Mocha, there go your man. I'ma tease the bitch about it. Like, I'm not gonna, and so I'm not sure of the dynamic. I'm not sure how it's going. I'm not sure how Max felt about the whole thing. Mad Max, whose real name we don't know yet, but somebody's gonna let us know in the comments down below, because that's how tea time rolls. I'm not quite sure. The motivations are sketchy to me, but I do know that, you know, Denzel did release a sort of a statement.
Yeah, I think it was like, people were like, well, it took you, was it 15 hours after she first said, like, this is what happened. Like, people were like, oh, it took you 15 hours to do it.
Right. And so in his statement, he was just like, yo, I'm not sure why she's accusing me of doing this. Like, We, we bumped into each other a couple of times before. Maybe bumped into is not the appropriate.
Yeah.
We met a time or two before. I always kept it cordial. I'm going to assume that this is a case of mistaken identity. And when she figures out who it was, I'm going to get an apology, so on and so forth. And to that, it's a pretty, seems pretty standard statement.
Yeah.
Probably about the best statement that could be made in this situation. There is some value in acknowledging that when an accusation like this is made, reacting with your first mind is probably not the best thing to do. So
you definitely have to look, oh hell.
Right, you've got to like sit back and think, because I know that we on the internet, we love to equate someone reacting with anger when they're being falsely accused. For some reason, we equate that with guilt.
Yeah.
But I think only like sociopaths are able to stay like very calm in the face of an accusation, at least right up front. It does nothing for me that he waited a while before responding.
Yeah, I mean,
it's almost the only appropriate thing.
I would probably like. I probably would have said something like, "I'm gonna follow this up later," but for now, I didn't do that.
Right.
And then release like the long, drawn out statements.
Right.
Like,
the reason why I am leaning towards Demi's statements having legitimacy is because. What would her motivations be for trying to levy such a claim against Denzel?
Yeah.
She has nothing to gain.
She showed like the evidence on her.
Right.
Like, the scratches, and she showed like her hair. I think it was a lace wig. I think so. Like she had like the evidence.
Pieces.
Yeah.
In pieces of this wig. I don't think she has any motivation. She has nothing to, he's not up for president. He's not about to, like, there's no one who can be, sort of puppeteering this kind of thing and saying, oh, we can't let him win. Let's pick someone to destroy his life. He has nothing going on in that way.
I don't think she has anything to gain.
She doesn't have anything to gain, so it makes it very hard. As happens in these situations, they sort of bring out the worst in people, because not only do we have these really troubling allegations about these two sort of beloved members of the same community, right? Like, I think we don't want to let that get away from us. The story went live on Hollywood Unlocked, and the comments were brutal.
See, I hate looking at comments like that, like on news outlets like that, because I know that they're going to be bad. Yeah. I know that people are going to say that people are just horrible. Right. So I'm glad I didn't see that. I would have got pissed.
Yeah, no. I just looked at the comments and I was just like, worse comes to worse. Let's say, gosh, I can't find the words. Let's say this was a case of mistaken identity, right? I think Demi is still right to come forward with her story. And if she got the wrong person, then, oops. However, I don't think identifying the wrong person, even if there, by some chance, there was someone else who's 6'7" and about that build in the same building, and, you guys get where I'm going, right? There's still no reason to respond in such a way as the comments that we've seen. I'm not going to repeat them. I might flash a few up there, but I'm not going to say it. Because it's just like,
horrible,
rude,
disgusting things.
It's rude and it's horrible and it's Hollywood Unlocked. So you know what the audience is giving over there. Black folk are not very loving, kind, receptive to the LGBT community. So it is every awful thing that you think it could ever and should ever be.
She was probably misgendered numerous times, and he was probably degraded too.
Correct. No one wins in this situation. Yeah. I guess that brings us to Mocha. What would you like to see? Like, what is the resolution here?
God, justice?
What does justice look like?
An arrest? Jail time? I would like to see that.
And so here it is, right? Here is the thing that I think that I wish we could get to, past, beyond, and through. y'all need to start pressing charges against these people, right? Because regardless, and I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody, but I do also think that actions have consequences. And if somebody flirting with someone is not, you don't get to beat somebody up for that.
Yeah, regardless of how many drinks you had or anything, like, that doesn't...
I mean, and also, let that grown man fight that grown man's battles. You know what I'm saying? If being flirted with by Demi makes Max uncomfortable, then Max, a grown man, he can take his ass over and be like, hey, little mama, what's up? I see you like me, and that's cute. It's not that kind of party. Love you dearly. No hate, you know. We could be friends. We could be good. Ain't no reason to drag her like that. I just don't see it.
I don't, no, there's not at all. There's no reason for a man to treat a woman like that.
No. Now, so I would personally, like, if this is true, it needs to be played out in court and not the court of public opinion. The court of public opinion could, of course, have their say after the verdict. But right now, I almost wish that before people would do this publicly, they would go down to the precinct and do what they have to do. And of course, there are all kinds of thoughts around that, because there, of course, have been people who have gone that route and it still hasn't worked out, and so on and so forth.
Those 3 trans women who were insulted in LA, they went to the police. They did everything they were supposed to.
Nothing.
And then nothing happened to those guys. Like, that is such a sad, tragic story.
Exactly. I would like to see that change. Right? I would like to... Let's start with the precinct, okay? Because someone losing money, I mean, that's all well and cute. You know, and I guess from like an influencer perspective, that's like the ultimate thing. Yeah. But baby, I promise you, that person getting fined and sitting in jail, that's the ultimate thing. Yeah. And also, a person with that kind of mind state is going to do it again to someone else. Yeah. So while you believing, because you're an influencer, that you're giving the ultimate serve is making sure that it doesn't happen to somebody else. And sort of a public lynching doesn't do that. Yeah. That person is still on the streets. That person is still free to victimize someone else. And that's what's not fair. I guess the last thought here is, it is being said that this is a hate crime. I don't believe that it is. If anything, if the story tracks, this feels like a crime of like jealousy. 'Cause Denzel, you got a crush on your friend? Is that what's happening?
I mean, he could have, if that's the way he reacted. True. Yeah, it's true. He could have. If
it's true, there's something here beyond friendship. Like, there's something, this is like some next level. I'm not sure what's going on, but something... Yeah. What's going on between the sheets in your home is my question, because that's not a normal way to respond. I don't think that it was motivated by a hate crime. I think it was motivated by, like, it feels like, you know,
a crime of passion.
A crime of passion.
It's like, you need to... And people were saying, like, where's, like, because I guess they were all at a big party. Yeah. And he was like, well, where's, like, the evidence? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, people, like, would take out their cameras and record it for some reason. I don't know why. Right. I'm sorry. That's, like, so beyond me. Where, like, when there's, like, a fight going on, and someone's just getting brutalized. And then people are just sitting there with their cameras recording it. They're not helping. Yeah. Like, that is beyond me. But she said that she was, like, asking people to help, and no one would help. Yeah. And she said that, like, they were all, like, his friends, and they're, like, protecting him. That's probably why it took, like, 15 hours for him to, like, issue a statement, because they're all like, oh, hell, we need to get together and plan something out. I don't know. So
I will say this. It is hard to wake up in a world where it is possible for that number of people. I'm thinking party. I'm thinking 10 people or more. I will be devastated to wake up in a world where there are 10 or more people who are coordinated enough and lack integrity lack the moral compass, lack the spirit to, if not to see that and say, oh no, this can't play out.
Yeah.
But to at least step forward. That is...
At least as an anonymous source or something.
Right. So I just, wow. That's, I think, Angels, Mocha, did you have something to add? I am...
It's a sad story. And we don't really like to do, like...
sad stories.
Yeah, but this is something that I feel like does need to be talked about, like, more.
Yeah,
because it's, like, a very, like, a small community. Yeah. Like, the LGBT community on YouTube is, like, small. Like, not too many people know about it. So, like, the more awareness it's brought to, like...
the better. It's like a moral obligation. Yeah. Like, you guys, like, this is so the opposite of a story that we would do. But we saw it and we were like, damn. We're in this, huh?
Yeah, we have to.
So, Angels, let us know what you think in the comments below. Sound off, keep it honest, keep it real. We will do our best.
Keep it respectful. Don't be like the people in Hollywood and lock y'all, because I will
block.
Yes, I was trying to think of the word that they use, but honey, we'll block you.
This is a safe space
saying disgusting
for us. Like, what you need to realize first and foremost is this is a safe space for us. Okay, and so keep it respectful, keep it real, but keep it respectful. Yeah, because the same way you came here, you can leave. All right, Angels, we love you so much. Thank you for joining us. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and until next time, keep sipping.
You know, our Instagrams are almost like our videos, except for they don't talk. Some would consider that an upgrade. Either way, they're not going to follow themselves, so pop on over and give us some love.